I've got 3 words: idiot, idiot, and idiot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's all you.
It's just an idiot. He's just an idiot. That's all there really is to it, because he thinks he's smart, but he ain't smart. He's an idiot. Because it's more personal, on a personal level, on a family level.
Is that family name?
Yeah, on a more personal level. For me, it's like you're an idiot. And
so to lose this fight would hurt you.
It would hurt. Yeah, it would. Definitely. It would hurt. I can't even. I fear losing this more than I love the idea of winning it.
Conor Benn steps into this war with more than just hype behind him. He's fueled by vengeance and a legacy steeped in generational blood. This isn't about titles or spotlight. For Benn, it's personal. He's out to crush a name that's cast a shadow over his family for decades. The idea of losing, it terrifies him more than victory excites him. And fear like that, pure primal, breeds a different kind of determination. Chris Eubank Jr. stands as a living symbol of everything Benn wants to destroy, a smug reminder of wounds that never healed. But make no mistake, Benn isn't driven by emotion. He's powered by obsession. The question now, can Eubank survive a man who treats defeat like death? The pressure is volcanic. And when the dust settles, only one legacy will survive the fire. Conor Benn isn't blowing smoke. He is the fire.
I've been with the better fighters, but every time he stepped up, he's fouled. But the trajectory I was on, there was still no ceiling. We still didn't really know much. Obviously, I've knocked out former world champions. I've knocked out people who have, who have had 50-50 fights with, the elites. And if not knocked people out better than the people everyone seems to be putting up on a pedestal.
Yeah.
But I'm just getting started.
Conor Benn is drawing a brutal line in the sand. To him, Eubank Jr. is a man who cracks when the lights shine their brightest. Eubank's record might boast big names, but Benn doesn't see greatness. He sees wasted moments. Benn's rise has been nothing short of explosive. No ceiling, no script, just pure destruction. He's iced former world champions, dismantled fighters who once went the distance with legends, and walked through opponents that others barely scraped past. And he's done all of this before reaching his prime. While others are sold as elite, Benn has already blown past their milestones, with fewer fights and far more carnage. This isn't just another bout. It's the reckoning of a blood feud. Benn steps in with fire in his fists and legacy pressing down on his shoulders. Eubank represents the old guard, but Benn's message? Cold, clear, and ruthless. He's just getting started. The real question isn't whether he can be stopped. It's how you stop a man who hasn't even peaked, yet is already tearing through names like they're nothing.
It's been a long time coming, over 2 years we've waited, so I feel like the date's coming closer and closer to us. But all that time he's been working on different aspects of his game, and I think he's a lot more improved now than he was 12 months ago. So, it's going to be a tough fight because both Conor and Chris Eubank, as we all know the history of the fathers, there's a lot of pride there between both of them. So you're going to expect them both to come in tremendous condition for the fight.
Tony Sims knows this clash has been brewing for over 2 years. Now, as it finally approaches, the tension is at a boiling point. Behind the scenes, Conor Benn hasn't been idle. He's been sharpening every weapon in his arsenal with ruthless focus. According to Sims, Benn today is a completely different beast from just a year ago. Stronger, smarter, more dangerous. But this isn't just another fight. This is war, fueled by legacy, pride, and a family name that carries weight. What makes it even heavier? The looming presence of their fathers. Two legends whose rivalry still echoes through British boxing history. Now, the sons carry that torch into the ring. Both Benn and Chris Eubank Jr. are expected to show up in peak condition, ready to settle a score written in blood and history. This isn't just about skill. It's about identity, about honor, about vengeance. And that's what makes this showdown so much more than a fight. It's a generational reckoning, fueled by emotion and decades of unfinished business.
And I understand and get it. Now, I'm friends with Conor. I've known him a long time. Just before he got into professional boxing, he's a lovely young man. He's a lovely kid. I'm not the greatest fan of Chris Eubank Jr., but I tell you what, I admire the control the boy has over things. I must admit, I mean, the boy's in such control when it comes to press conference. He's playing it like he's the orchestra, and he's the guy at the front. He's playing them.
This fight isn't just a rivalry. It's a powder keg waiting to explode. Enter Tony Bellew. And he's not just picking a side. He's throwing gasoline on the fire and striking the match with conviction. Bellew is all in for Conor Benn, calling him a no-nonsense warrior, battle hard and long, before he ever stepped into the pro ranks. But when Chris Eubank Jr.'s name comes up, Bellew's tone turns sharp. His disdain is raw and unfiltered. To Bellew, Eubank isn't charismatic. He's calculated, not confident, just cocky. Eubank's flashy press antics? Bellew doesn't see showmanship. He sees ego. All flash, no foundation. In his eyes, Eubank isn't fighting for legacy. He's performing for attention. That's the difference. And Bellew's respect for Benn goes beyond the professional. It feels personal, like he's watching family step into war. This is no longer just about two fighters. It's a battle between respect and reputation. And Bellew has made one thing crystal clear. His heart, his loyalty, and his fire all lie with Conor Benn.
I'm excited, but it's madness. It's crazy. It's taken over the country a little bit, and it's done that because it's crossed over commercially. It's huge. It's absolutely huge because every era and every different type of generation buys into it, Jim, and that's what makes it big. The grandmothers in the bingo halls are talking about it. When he slaps an egg off the side of his head, which I don't like and I think is a bit dangerous and stupid, it takes it to another level commercially, and like I said, it's out of control.
Tony Bellew isn't holding back. He's unleashing pure fire on the media circus that's hijacked this fight, ripping into the spectacle that's turning boxing into a sideshow. His target? Chris Eubank Jr. Bellew slams Eubank for turning a proud, punishing sport into a stage for childish gimmicks and self-centered drama. From smashing eggs to smug grins and staged antics, Eubank's obsession with theatrics, Bellew argues, is dragging the sport through the mud. Meanwhile, Conor Benn, all focus, no distractions, eyes on the prize. To Bellew, Eubank's behavior is more than disappointing, it's disgraceful. What should be a brutal, meaningful showdown is becoming a circus act.
I have never in my entire life witnessed anyone work so hard as Conor Benn in training camp. And if Conor Benn loses, and I don't believe he will, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I've done absolutely everything I can to win this fight. And he will win this fight. And he will knock Chris Eubank out inside 4 rounds. That is my...
He believed the soul of boxing is being sold for clicks, not legacy. To Bellew, it's more than just distasteful. It's an insult to every fighter who's ever bled for respect, not fame. On the flip side, Eddie Hearn isn't just in Conor Benn's corner. He's putting his entire reputation on the line. For Hearn, this fight isn't just another event. It's a statement, a testament to Benn's laser-sharp obsession, his relentless discipline, a level of commitment Hearn says he's never seen before. The question isn't if Conor Benn is ready. It's how far that focus will take him. And for Hearn, the answer couldn't be clearer. Conor Benn will destroy Chris Eubank Jr., not in the late rounds, but early, brutal, inside 4 rounds. Hearn doesn't hold back. He scoffs at the doubters.
Junior, I mean, he's stylish and he's skillful. And if that Liam Smith defeat, which worries me a bit for Chris, if that's sort of part of the past, that the rematch was emphatic for Eubank Jr., but it wasn't Liam's night really, and he had an injury going into it. So that defeat that Eubank suffered worries me a bit, but he's fought in better company, and Conor Benn's got it all to prove. But if there's one guy that wants it more, it's Conor Benn. There's no doubt about that.
Can Eubank withstand the storm that's coming? Because make no mistake, if Conor Benn loses, it won't be from a lack of effort. But Eddie Hearn, he's all in, and the countdown to destruction has already begun. Despite a solid career and a string of impressive wins, that crushing loss still lingers over Chris Eubank Jr. It exposed cracks that haven't fully healed. As Liam Smith shifts his attention to Conor Benn, he sees more than just talent. He sees fire, hunger, and raw ambition. Benn isn't here to just show up. He's here to dominate, to prove he's the alpha in this long, simmering rivalry. The real question? It's simple but brutal. Can Eubank bounce back? Or will Conor Benn seize this moment and cement himself as a superior fighter?
I'm telling you, they don't like each other.
What have you made of Chris Eubank Jr. going down this road of constantly calling him a cheat?
Chris Eubank Jr. is a great self-promoter. I like Chris Eubank Jr. for boxing. I think he's good for boxing. He's acted slightly out of character in this one because he's never been physical, like in a face-to-face. I think the fight was big enough already, but it made the fight that much bigger, didn't it? So, listen, I'm backing Conor to win the fight.
The tension between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn? It's no longer just business. It's deeply personal. According to Sam Jones, the bad blood is undeniable. Eubank's repeated attempts to label Benn a cheat? That's not just trash talk. It's character assassination. He's crossed a line. This isn't about winning in the ring anymore. It's about damaging a man's name. Sure, Eubank's always been a showman, a master of self-promotion. But Jones believes this time he's gone to a whole new level. Even he's surprised by the calculated arrogance, the relentless accusations, and the controversy Eubank seems determined to stir up. So the question is, has he gone too far? Or is this just a brutal marketing strategy taken to the extreme? Either way, one thing's certain. The intensity around this fight has exploded. What started as a major boxing event has now become something else entirely. Volatile, personal, and emotionally charged. Jones isn't neutral. He's all in on Conor Benn. Not just because he believes Benn's a better fighter, but because he sees someone mentally locked in, ready for a war, not a spectacle. In Jones's own words, this isn't just a fight. It's a rivalry that could shake the very foundations of the sport. The moment of truth is coming fast. The pressure is reaching a breaking point. And make no mistake, this is no longer just a boxing match. This is a reckoning. So what do you think? Did Eubank cross the line? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like the video if you're ready for fight night.